All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be focusing on the Freehold Raceway Mall. Now, in particular today, we're going to be focusing on the former Lord & Taylor store at this mall. And the reason why we're focusing on this particular former department store, which closed in 2021, is because 2 years later, it looks like Dick's Sporting Goods is making some moves. So, currently, Dick's Sporting Goods is located on the south end of the mall, and it opened up in the former Galen's sporting goods store. Galen's used to be another sporting goods chain. They were known for their rock climbing walls and other types of activities, and hence they're going to get a rock climbing wall. So it does pay homage to that former sporting goods chain. But this store was not built by Dick's. It was built by Galen's, and then in 2004, Dick's and Galen's came together, and Dick's Sporting Goods got this location at Freehold Raceway Mall. But it sounds like now Dick's Sporting Goods is making some moves, which would get them into the mall, which honestly, this is probably a very powerful move. It does help fill a vacancy that has been vacant for about 2 years. So the fact that Dick's is stepping up to the plate and introducing a unique concept to the mall is a very, very, very helpful thing. So it's not going to be called a Dick's Sporting Goods. It's going to be called a Dick's House of Sports. So here it is. This was posted a couple days ago. I apologize if it's a little late, but I wanted to make a quick video about it because it is pretty important to go over. Dick's Sporting Goods hopes to move its store in Freehold Raceway Mall to the former Lord & Taylor building and open a sports lovers paradise complex with an outdoor athletic field. In a filing before the Township's Planning Board, Dick's proposed to open a Dick's House of Sport, which is pretty much just a regular sporting good store which sells gear and apparel, which has other things like practice cages, baseball, soccer, climbing wall, and golf hitting bays, among other amenities. If approved, it would fill the full former Lord & Taylor building, which is a two-story, 133,644 square foot department store at one of the mall's locations. The store closed it was either 2020 or 2021. I think they were part of the second. They were definitely part of the second phase of the liquidation. I don't ever remember the Lord & Taylor and Freehold being part of the first phase because Hilco did it in two phases. They closed a bunch of stores December 29th, which was that first phase, which was only 2 in Jersey, and then February 27th was the rest of them, and I think Freehold was Freehold was part of phase 2 and not part of phase 1. I don't know. People really don't talk about it except for me. I was the only one that was keeping track of the Lord & Taylor store closings. Man, it's amazing how time flies by. The board is expected to take it up in about 2 weeks. Dix has not reached for comments. Just goes on about that. We went on about that. Oh my God, they spelled that wrong. Galen's. They freaking forgot the L in the article. Who freaking wrote this? Do your research. That's not how you spell Galen. Someone did not do their research. And this is the problem with a lot of these people that write these articles. They just do it to get traffic, but who wrote this? I want to know who wrote this. Mr. Willis, you might want to check that Galen spelling on this article. That's not the correct spelling for the chain. You forgot the L. Galen's was not a sports good chain. It's Galen's. It's Gaylans. Galen's. So you might want to go into the article and fix that. Old Lord & Taylor building. That's the building, obviously. So if we take a look at the plans, this is pretty important here. It looks like, too, obviously, it's a traditional Dick's Sporting Goods, but except it'll say Dick's House of Sport, and it looks like there's going to be 2 entrances, which pretty much is pretty accurate. So what we're looking at right now is the east side of the building. This would be the east side of the building. And then if we go over to the west side of the building, this portion here would be considered the west side of the, wait, what? Hang on a second, because now I'm getting lost now. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, boy. Wow. A lot of stuff just came up. I apologize about that. Okay. This is the second floor entrance, which is on the west side of the mall. And then we scoot around here, and this is the east side, which is the 2-floor portion. Okay, so my apologies. This is the east side, this is the west side, and then that's the back of the store. And obviously they will have an entrance into the mall. So they won't have a entrance at this portion of the store. This will be like back of house. But they will have a first floor entrance here, and then they're going to have a second floor entrance right here in this part of the store. So I think this is very exciting for the mall. It definitely is a unique concept that will definitely help. This is probably very likely going to be the first Dick's House of Sport within the state of New Jersey. In terms of elevators, I unfortunately think they're going to pull a South Shore. And why do I think they're going to pull a South Shore? Because South Shore Sears had Schindler MTs. Dick's used the existing elevator infrastructure. They were able to save a lot of money. They're going to do the same thing here. So guess what? That MT in the Lord and Taylor will be reactivated. And because Dick's Sporting Goods is smart enough to save money, especially when their exclusive elevator contractor is Schindler. There's no reason for them to completely replace the elevator. The elevator's from, I think, 1998 or 1997, so no reason to do a whole elevator replacement unless they're going to reconfigure the store in a way where they have to put a new elevator in, but I just don't think they'd want to go through that cost. So if this does happen, say goodbye to the 330A over at the freestanding other one, but they may make that a Dick's warehouse sale. They tend to do that sometimes, so they might do that one over there, and then they'll have the regular full Dick's Sporting Goods experience over here. So obviously, this is very exciting for the mall. I think this is really what the mall needed, and hopefully, this will make Eric some inspiration to really fill up that Nordstrom store, because that really is the next thing that has to be filled. Yeah, I know they have furniture stores and other stores in there, but you need like a committed tenant. Like Dick's is a committed tenant where this will definitely help the mall, and it definitely could use some TLC, and this will really roster and boosting up their anchor department store lineup within the mall complex. Despite it being a tenant that's already there, it's just they're repurposing an old space to bring out new concepts. So, but obviously this is very exciting. I think this is really going to turn around the mall, and this is definitely an attraction that will put Freehold Raceway Mall back on the map. And considering this will be the only Dick's House of Sport in the state of New Jersey, that's a pretty good thing, because that'll really get a lot of people to come into the mall. Traffic, revenue, sales. I mean, the Freehold Raceway Mall does pretty good itself. Make Eric does a pretty good job with the property, but this will really just increase the amount of foot traffic that does go into the property. So this is very exciting. I think it's going to be an excellent concept, and I think it's going to really draw. I think it's really going to draw people from our townships around, and probably, let's be real here, probably people that live right in Freehold that take very big part in sports. This will definitely be a complex for them to come to events, and then they go to, they could have a sporting event there. They go to the food court after, get food, yada yada yada, etc. etc. But again, this is very exciting. I hope the township does approve this, because this will really make a difference in the mall, and I'm just very excited. So. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video going over this Dick's Sporting Goods thing. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. Link to the article will be in the description below, and that will be it.